Hello and welcome to this Microsoft Visual Studio 2010 demonstration. Today we're going to create a SharePoint 2010 project and add a visual web part to the project. We'll add some web controls to the project and then add the web part to a page and then also add some Ajax behavior. My name is Tejinder Rai and I'm going to walk you through this demonstration today. So let's proceed. So the first thing we'll do, we'll create a new project. We'll select the SharePoint 2010 node and select empty SharePoint project. We'll call this my solution for now. Visual Studio will automatically create a directory for my solution under this location here, and then we'll click OK and the templates are applied. This wizard pops up and then we're able to determine which local site we want to use for debugging. We're also able to validate the site to see if it's available, so I'll go ahead and do that. And it's come back successfully. And then we'll select deploy this as a farm solution and then click finish. So we have my solution created. We have some project properties here. So we have the assembly going to the global assembly cache for now. We also have the web application option. We also include the assembly in the package with the project file name, project folder. We can also change the solution back to a sandbox solution if you want to by changing it to true, the site URL, and a startup item if you wish to have one. I'll now go ahead and add a visual web part to the project. So I'll right click on my solution, go down to add, new item. And visual web part is the first option in the list. I'll name this my first web part. And then click add. The web part gets added to the page, and we can see that here. So we have the control, which has been presented here, in the left pane. We have the controls code behind file and the designer file. We can now go ahead and add some controls to the page. But what I'd like to do is actually change the design to split view rather than source. You can see exactly what's going on. So we'll go to the toolbox and I'll go ahead and add a text box. So I can double click, and then when we click on this bottom pane here, which is design, we can then see the control on the page, and we can also see the markup as well. So I'll hit enter here as the markup is required. I'll go to the toolbox and we'll add a button. So a button has been added. I'll take out p tag. You can see everything dynamically gets recreated and rearranged. So let's now go ahead and add from the toolbox a label control. That also gets added, and the label can be just below the button. Now let's go ahead and change some properties in this web part. I'd like to name the text box txt box 1, and then we can also change the button title and the button name. So we can also do this at the properties section over here. And the text I'd like to show is display my text. As you can see, the text has been changed here and also in the design. And also change the ID of the button to btn1. Let's actually go ahead and click the label now, and there's currently some text on the label. Let's go ahead and change the label to name to the ID to label LBL1, and let's blank out the characters from the text, so there's no characters by default. Now what we're ready to do is start working on the code behind. And what we do want to do is when somebody types in any text in this control here, and we click the submit button, we'd like the message to appear at the bottom, and then the original text to go missing from the text box. I'll double click on the button, and the event handler label for the button click method gets created in the code behind for the web part. So we'll say here that the label 1.text is equal to the text box 1.text when the button's clicked. And what we'll also do is clear out the text that was entered in the text box and say it's blank. So I can now press Ctrl Shift and B. I can see that the build has succeeded, so everything's fine there. And I can go ahead and debug the WebPart now. We can do that by pressing F5, or we can click the play button here and selecting the debug solution configuration. If you click on the output window, you can see exactly what Visual Studio is doing behind the scenes. So it's added the solution to the solution store, deploy the solution, activate the features, which is feature 1 in this case. And we're now launched into the site that we're using, and it should just display the default page. Let's now edit the page by clicking Edit. It shouldn't take too long to come back. I'm going to go down to a WebPart zone, click Add a WebPart, and because I hadn't defined any particular WebPart group or category in the elements.xml file for the WebPart, it goes into a custom folder. And there's my first WebPart. So let's add that to the page by clicking Add. We can see that the WebPart's been added here. Let's go ahead and actually modify the WebPart and remove the prototype around the WebPart. Set it to none. And then click OK. And let's save and close. So great, there's our first WebPart, and we'll enter in some text. So this is my message, and display my text. As you can see, when we do this, the page gets reloaded over here. So now what we'll do is close the browser and then make some more changes to the markup. So we're now at the stage where we want to add some Ajax behavior so the page doesn't get refreshed. So let's go ahead and click on the markup and add in from the toolbox. We'll go down to Ajax extensions and add an update panel. So there's our update panel. And we'll add in all the controls that we added earlier, and we can drag them into the update panel. But we seem to have a problem. It's stating that in the update panel it doesn't have a public property named text box. So there is some issues with the text box. We can actually resolve this problem by adding in a content template around the markup. Great, everything's now set. So let's go ahead and debug again and deploy the solution. And then the WebPart should come up straight away because we added it to the page before. Add in a message and click Display My Text. And as you can see, the message is displayed. The text box has no text displayed, and the WebPart didn't have to refresh. Let's just test that one more. Click Display My Text, and then it gets refreshed right away. So there's no need for the page to be reloaded once we actually click the button. So that's the end of this demonstration, and thank you for watching.